Hey guys, it's Nancy here, and I wanted to come back with another of my layouts, and this one is slightly different because I did step away slightly from the teal and turquoise. I wanted to bring in the lovely kind of red that's in the new Chanel collection as kind of a nice hint, and also within her older collection there was a lovely red. I did start by thinking I was going to create a background with this stamp, and I was just kind of playing about stamping up to see if it would work, and none of my inks would really work too well on it. I just couldn't get a really kind of clear impression. I mean, and to be fair, this stamp was like 99p, so I'm not overly fussed that I couldn't get a clear impression, and as this is a textured cardstock, I kind of gave up and just turned it over. But what I am going to do is just taking that same ink, because I want kind of a tone-on-tone background, I'm just going to use this larger stencil. Again, I believe this was from Stampin' Up. So I'm just going to create a little bit of background here, and I love this large circle. I think it came with like a banner kit, but as I said, I really like how that looks. So I'm just going to kind of overlap that a little bit, just to create a little bit of background interest. And then as always, I normally then go over with a mist as well to create a little bit of background. And I'm using the grey and the white. I'm trying to make a concerted effort to use that grey Dilutions, because I love my grey Tattered Angels one, so I want to make sure I can use that up. So I've just got this square photo. This is a slightly larger size square photo. This is a 5x5, I believe, or 4.5x4.5 maybe. And I'm just going to take this array of papers. So a lot of these are from, I don't think that navy one may not be from this Chanel collection, but I use some of her older ones as well. And I wanted to just have something to make it pop a little bit off the page. And the good thing is, even when you're using a photo this kind of size, you can, still use 6x6 paper pads and have kind of a fair bit around it to mount up. I do have some other bits and pieces here that I've chopped out that I can just add to create some background pieces. I do like the fact in the 6x6 paper pads you get the cut apart sheets, which in 12x12 are great, but they're even better when they're scaled down to 6x6. So I really love this red, and of course the Chanel collection has these adorable little coffee cups, these takeaway ones in, and this is just a picture of me with a really big cup, so which I did buy to drink coffee out. But I thought that would kind of work in quite well. And again, you've got that photo strip in there, which I absolutely adore, and I really must go and buy another piece of that paper. Because even though it is more expensive because it's one of specialty papers, cutting it up, you just get, a lot more for your money. So, as I said, so I'm going to create some basic sort of clustering around here. This one did take me a little bit longer than the others. This one took me about half an hour to about 40 minutes, but I don't know, I have made, I think at this point I'd made about 3 layouts that day, and sometimes you just kind of run out of steam a little bit, so I wasn't working as fast on this one, let's just say. I'm just again going to a go-to design for me, which is creating this offshoot either on the right or the left from my photo to create my cluster. And again, just using a variety of bits and pieces of paper here. I tend to use, once I've used a piece of paper from that, if I haven't used a full sheet, I just tuck it back in that 6x6 paper pad, and often, those little bits and pieces are great for just layering up. I'm going to go through the sticker pack here and see if there's any stickers that I can use. I do love these silver foil stickers, they are wonderful. As I said, I also have the die cuts, so they're going to work perfectly as well. I do have this large cup design, which of course had to be used because this is about a cup. Again, this balloon one doesn't necessarily go, but I kind of quite liked how that looked to just go at the edge of the photo and kind of elongate that cluster a little bit, because I do have that photo strip, film strip sort of poking out the top. So I'm literally just going through here and picking out any kind of other bits of red in that I can pull into that bottom cluster. And as I said, these are all the bits and pieces that I cut up from creating my tags originally. I said once you've die cut them all, you know, it's out of those, not die cut them out of those 12 by 12 sheets. You know, they're so much simpler to use than you know, cutting them out as you go along. So I've just elongated that cluster along the bottom there, and again used another coffee cup, and I'm just sticking that coffee cup which came in the die cut pack, and then I'm going to just stick in that little balloon piece as well, and fuss around with it as I do. I had that red ampersand which came in the die cut pack, and I decided that I'm going to use that as part of my title. I do really love that sticker sheet. They are really great stickers. I'm just going to cut out one more of the little flower bits to add another cluster of flowers, so I have kind of 3 clusters of flowers in there. And I think that just kind of works in well, because I said it kind of makes those flowers kind of work cohesively across there. Again, there's nothing floral in the picture. I think, you know, they're just kind of a nice bright element to add. So again, I'm going to go through an assortment of thickers here, because I am actually trying to use them up. And I know that this is going to be a sort of slightly longer title, so you are going to see me kind of play around here and butcher some letters. So I'm just kind of seeing what letters I can possibly make. And my title is going to be I Like Big Cups and I Cannot Lie. Again, you're going to get that song stuck in your head. And I'm not going to apologise for that, because it's a good song. So again, I'm just going through this assortment of this kind of a green sparkly sort of teal sparkle, this silver sparkle, because I want to get that used up. And then I have these circle letters as well, which I believe are from an Old Dear Lizzie collection. And again, I'm just going to use that to fill in the rest of the words. And as I said, this is something that you'll see me do quite a lot. I am a lover of a long title. You know, why have a short title when you can have a really long one? I'm just going to pull in some of this silver glitter paper that I have. This is just really cheap silver glitter paper. I just felt I needed a little bit more silver pop down there because of the silver in the letters, and that I just felt like it needed a little bit something there. So I'm just going to put a couple of pops of silver in there, and I'm just going to use, it is self-adhesive paper, so I'm just going to tuck that down there. I've just cut some little fishtail banners in there because I kind of prefer that look than a block of paper, really. So this is then my red cardstock, which I'm just going to mount that whole layout on, and that's just going to bring it all in together. And I'm really, really happy how this came out. And as I said, just using that kind of tag, you can see where I've really kind of just expanded out from that completely. Just to add a little bit of inking over the top there to help it all tie in. So I want to thank you very much, guys, for watching, and I'll be back with some more videos later this week. Cheers, bye!